Hey folks, Two Sheds Gabby here. I'm getting ready to go start on a box of pennies here shortly, and I have a friend that asked me for some 2025 pennies that he's wanting to give some out to some family and stuff on Christmas. And I told him I'd see what I could find. I wish he had said something 2 weeks ago because I had a jar full of 2025s. I think they might have been mixed. I don't remember. But I had this box, had a bunch of rolls of stuff, and I pulled it out to see if it had any, and it didn't. This is a bunch of 2025 nickels I had put away. This is just 3 sealed rolls of 2024s, some extra fine copper memorials. This is I went through some boxes a while back, and there's just a bunch of extra fine earlier, zincs like in the 90s and 80s and stuff like that. They were just super, super nice. So I kept a couple rolls of them. A year or two ago, I opened a box that had just a whole bunch of just mint 2007. So I saved 2 rolls of that. 1 roll of 2017P. And then all of these are 2009s mixed. When I first learned about the 2009s have being, a little bit lower mintage and whatnot, I got a box and it was just half the box. They were just almost mint. I thought, wow, and so I saved several rolls of those. And then I got rid of half of them. Like, why did I do that? Later, I wish, man, I wish I hadn't done that. So I've started saving since then, and I've added a whole bunch more. Several of these are those really, really extra fine ones, and the rest of them are ones I just started saving. And here recently, I've just started saving the nicer ones again. I don't just save every one I come across, but a lot of these are just a bunch of them I came across. So I got quite a few rolls there. But no 2025 pennies. That's a bummer. I got a few more places I'm going to look. Plus, anything I find in this box of pennies, I'm going to put aside for him. I've been finding quite a few. I hope that I do again. Let me put these things back away, and I'll get that box of pennies out here, and we'll try to pop it open and get started. Okay, guys. I had a box, one left from West Virginia when I went over there to see my buddy a while back. I was going to do that one tonight, but I don't remember if he said he gets a lot of 2025s, and I've been getting quite a few of them here. So I've decided this box was the box I got a few weeks ago when the bank I go to get my $50. She said if I'd bring them a box of rolled pennies in, that she would give me one of the last 2 sealed boxes. And so that's what I did, and that's what this is. And with any luck, I'll get quite a few 2025s for my friend. I hope. I'd like to help him out there. Let's see what we got. Well, they're definitely circulated. So we do have a search as far as that's concerned. But as I go, I'll just pull out the 2025s and see how many. In fact, I've got a bag that I was going to return to a bank yesterday that I never made it, and it's got pennies in it. So I guess I better pull those back in and see how many 2025s I get in that one before I take them and return them. So anyway, let's get started and see. What I'm hoping to find besides the 2025s is 10 wheat pennies and 3 pounds of copper, and that would be fun. And any other cool coin along the way. All right, I am 5 rolls in, no wheat pennies, and copper has not been real good. But sadly, there's not been any 2025s. I was really, really hoping to get into. I've got a couple of really nice shiny ones, but they're all 2024s. That's kind of frustrating. I did want to pull this out real quick. And when I did my dime search, I found one that looks copper. And a few of you guys have said to weigh that. And you feel like that it probably doesn't have the coating on it, which is kind of cool. But we'll see if there's any weight difference. This is just a regular clad dime. It weighs 2.3 grams. See if there's any difference. It's 2.3 grams as well, so there's no difference. But I'm going to stick this in my oddball jar just the same because there's something different about it, but I don't know what it is. Kind of neat, really. I'm in the seventh row now. Just not finding a whole lot yet. Here is a 1970 San Francisco that's in quite nice shape. So I do keep some of the S Mint copper coins, and that's a nice one. I also found a Canadian non-copper. That's all I've found so far. Not to mention no 2025s. Quite a few 2023s. No extra V yet. I was sitting down today chatting with my wife, just going over stuff and talking about a lot of different things. And I said that I've had a few people comment that they enjoy hearing my wife cleaning pans, doing her thing in the kitchen while I'm doing them. And she says, "Well, I'll try to accommodate." She goes, "But not tonight." See, she's already in bed. It is 1 minute after 10. Been in bed for a few minutes. So, but I'm only going to do a few more rows tonight because I've been trying to get to bed a little bit earlier myself. So we'll go through a few more rows. But tomorrow, maybe while I'm going through some rows, maybe she can clean some pans in the kitchen. I don't know what else she needs to do, if anything, but I'm sure at some point she'll be preparing a meal, so maybe I'll have a little pan cleaning in the kitchen going on. Oh. Oh, guys, this is not looking like my best box. We'll see what we retrieve from it. Pound or two of copper, I'm sure. Hopefully we'll get one or two Wheaties while we're at it. But the 2025s is looking like it's not going to happen. Well, it's the very next row, and I spoke too soon. Here is the 2025. So we will start putting these in this little container I got here. See how many of those we get. Hopefully several more. I haven't said anything yet about my fast. Last week I did a 116-hour fast, and it went pretty smoothly. I never wavered. I never at one point considered quitting. The last day and a half, my stomach got a little queasy. One of the guys on YouTube that talks about the big long fast, he says you could feel a sense of euphoria the last day or so. I never did that. Unfortunately, I was looking forward to that. Give me some euphoric feeling for a little while. But that didn't happen. I did lose 7 pounds, so that was cool. Yeah, the stomach thing, I don't know. It wasn't hurting, but it didn't feel good, but it wasn't horrible. There were a couple of times where my tongue just said, "Hey, I'd like to eat something," but I didn't really feel hungry. But you just get into routines and habits, and I came in from somewhere, and it's like, oh, this would be the time I would normally go get a snack or something. But I didn't do it, and I wasn't strongly tempted. It was just those little fleeting moments where your tongue goes, "Hey, get something to eat. It's time. It's time." And I just went past it, and after a few minutes, that urge or feeling or whatever was gone, and it really went well. In fact, let me get into the next row, and I'll tell you just a little bit more. All right, guys, this is the very next row. This is the 9th row in the box, and so I finished my fast Sunday of this week. And I got up Sunday morning, and instead of having tea, I had tea green tea every day during the fast without any sweetener or anything. But the day I got up from the fast, instead of having green tea, I just heated up and had a cup of good clean bone broth because I heard that was a good thing to kind of begin to break a fast. I don't know what's on this thing. 1980, 81, yeah. And so I did that before church services. And then we came home and I had sauerkraut because they say it's good to have fermented stuff. Man, what's with these dirty things? And a bowl of vegetable soup. And that's all I had. Then I ate something else that evening. But to break the fast, that's what I had. And then Tuesday, my brother came over for the Bible study, and my wife made Chinese, and so we had a plate of Chinese. And we finished eating about 6:30 p.m., and then I didn't eat again until Thursday, about noon. And, around 10 or 10:30 Thursday morning, I went into a bank that I go into real regularly in 82. And the girl that was behind the counter that I see every week, she goes, "Hey, how did your fast go? I've been concerned about you." And I said, "Well, how nice of you." I said, "It went great." I said, "I didn't have a problem." I said, "In fact, I've ended that fast and I have already fasted another 40 hours." She goes, "You're kidding." I said, "No." I said, "I'm going to eat today around noon." And my wife and I went to Jason's Deli and got a big salad. They've got a kind of like a salad bar. It's really good. And I got a couple of boiled eggs on it to get the protein in. But it's going well. We're really, really trying to get. I mean, we still, we had a bowl of popcorn tonight. I cook it. I make my own popcorn, and I cook it in coconut oil, and we have grass-fed butter that I put all over it, and a stick of grass-fed butter. And then I also put, pink Himalayan salt on it to salt it. So that's what we had tonight. And in fact, we went through our pantry today and just looking to see if there's any processed foods that are still in there that we're just getting rid of it. We're trying to get rid of everything processed. We know that when we go out to eat, we will occasionally get things that aren't as clean as we'd like, but at home, we're trying to eat clean. Hopefully, we'll be healthier for it. Right near the end of the 11th row, I find my first wheat penny. 1950D. Yay, we got one. So that's cool. We got one. It is 16 minutes after 10, and I have told my wife I'm going to try to start getting to bed by 10:30. And so I'm going to go through one more roll after this. I'll let you know if I find anything, but I'm going to go to bed after one more roll, guys, and we'll pick back up tomorrow, Lord willing. Good night, folks. Good morning, folks. This is my first roll back since I've gotten started this morning, and I found my second 2025 penny. They're not coming along real fast, but hopefully I'll get a handful of them. Oh, look there! There's another. Cool. I hope I start finding more and more. But I've already had my coffee, and I've got a package ready to go out to the mailbox that I sold stuff. And here I'm just going to do. Oh, there's a Canadian 12-sided. After about another roll, I'm going to get dressed and run up to the bank and just see if 95. See if my half dollars came in. Canadian copper. Won't be getting many of those anymore now that the penny is phasing out. What a weird thing, ain't it? No more pennies. There's still the hope that they're going to make some the first quarter of next year. And I really hope they do, because I'm looking forward to seeing. I hope they put the bell on it. That's one of the designs that they presented. I thought it was really cool. And I'm hoping to see that on a penny. Hoping to have a few of them as well. Well, I think I'll just do like one more roll, and then I'm going to get out of here. And I'll come back a little later this afternoon or later this morning or something. All right, this is the last roll I'll do before I head out to the bank. Here's a 2009. It's got a couple spots on it, but other than that, it's a nice looking coin. It might just be dirt. No, I don't think it's dirt, but anyway, it's pretty good shape. We'll keep that one. And then I'll go get myself dressed and get out of here. A lot of 2024s. Hey folks, I'm just now leaving. One of the reasons I needed to get out today was because when my wife was up at my daughter's doing something with her a week or so ago, my daughter found out that she was interested in going to this hairdresser lady that my wife has naturally curly hair but doesn't do just what she wants it to do. And this lady charges quite a bit, but she trains you how to. She don't just do it, she trains you how to do it on your own. And my wife was just, when she heard about that, was pretty excited. And so my daughter contacted me and said, even though this is before Christmas, she says, give her this as one of her Christmas presents. So I got it arranged. It's all set up. But I'm going to go ahead while I'm out and get a Christmas card and write in it all the instructions, say, this is all prearranged, it's all paid for, and you such and such a date, and I'm going to present it to her today, even though it's well before Christmas. She was really excited to get it done, so it'll be just a pre-Christmas gift thing. I still have a few other things already wrapped up, hidden away for her. Hey, my $50 were in. Cool beans. Also, just to let you know, we look for Christmas gifts all year while we're looking for bargains, but we don't do Christmas ornaments and stuff until after Thanksgiving, because this whole crazy world wants to do everything. Some people would put them up January 1st, I think. Of course, they would never come down. Well, I'm finally back to getting to my penny box. I went and took off my button down because it's a little bit nicer shirt. And I put on my old Henley shirt that I wear around the house because I don't want to get my nice button down with coin dirt on it. Well, my beetroot supplements just came to the door. All right, we are in the 17th row. Haven't found a lot of stuff today. Here is another 2025 for my friend. I'm not exactly loading up on them like I was hoping I would, but we're getting a few. While I was out today on my way home, I stopped in at a yard sale, and wasn't anything there that interested me, but I've got a buddy whose wife collects derby glasses, and she only needs one more, from what I understand, to complete her collection. In this place, oh my goodness, they may have been a few hundred of them. They had boxes and boxes and boxes. And oh, hey, wheat penny number 2, cool beans, 1946 Philadelphia. Well, that's nice. There's 2. So I thought, oh, I'm going to be the one to find the one for to finish her collection. They had so many, I just knew they had to have them all, And so I called my buddy, and he said that she needed a 1973. So I said, all right, I'll get back with you. And so I went and told them, I said, I need a 1973. And they're like, unbelievable. They said, all of ours go back to 1974. Can you believe that? Literally 1 year off. They probably had 8 or 10 for every year that they had, but no 1973. I was bummed. But there was nothing else there that interested me. At all. Let's find a state stamp. There's been a lot of 2023s in here. Even a few copper coins. I'm in the 19th row now, and here is another Canadian copper coin. 1979. That's the 53 through 79 group. So I have embarked on something new that I hope is going to turn into something. A few years ago, I bought some Philippine silver coins, and I read all about the history of the United States and Philippines, like back in World War II and stuff. And in fact, we printed most of the Philippine coins. And I bought a few of their silver coins. They're really, they're really neat looking. 82. I really like them. And I'm fascinated with foreign coins. I love finding them. And the whole reason I even got back into the thing that attracted me back to the whole coin collecting thing was my fascination with silver. I love finding silver. I wanted to put some away for a rainy day, and my goal was to see how much I could stack at face value over a period of time. And that's what I've been doing for a dozen years or more. I got a little bit put away. And I'm wanting to venture out and get into the foreign silver coins a little bit more. I have found a few here and there, but so just yesterday, I've started bidding on some different auction lots of foreign silver coins. And I'm hoping to get this silver, at least most of the time, below spot. That's my goal. And I haven't figured out how I'm going to do it, because, if you just keep doing it, you run out of money. But what if, and I don't even know if this is possible, I really don't, but what if I bought some pretty good sized lots of silver coins and then sold off individual coins or even smaller lots till I got my money back, and then whatever's left is like free silver? Again, that may not be possible, but I'm interested in seeing if that's possible. In the 20th row, I found one more 2025 from a friend. Where's that fourth little letter? I want to find a penny from 1792. Why that year? I don't know. Hey, I just pulled out an ender. It's not a weedy, it's a Canadian copper, but it's fun getting any type of keepable ender these days. So that was cool. 78. In the 22nd roll, I come to another weedy. There was nothing else in that roll except for the Canadian copper. But we have a Wheatie here. Another 1946. That last one we found was also a 46. 82. Copper. I'm trying to remember if I ever found a state stamped coin on a zinc coin. I think maybe I have one. Most of them I've found have been on copper coins. I think I've got an angle that with my light that's not working with me very well. Oh, there's another S coin, 1970 San Francisco. $20.25, cool beans. Well, guys, we have moved into the second half of this box of pennies. And the first row in the second half, we come to wheat penny number 4, and it's a 1942 Philadelphia. It'd be nice if we got a couple more and they kept getting just a little bit older. That'd be fun. So my brother just wrote to me and said, can we switch days on our study this week to Thursday? And I wrote back and said, Thursday's our day with my niece. And he goes, oh, let me think about it. I said, okay, let me know. And then my wife, I just told my wife, and she goes, well, that should still work because usually she leaves at a time before the time that he shows up. I'm like, oh, you're right. You're right. So I wrote him back, so that'll work. My niece has been coming, and we haven't been serving a meal with her. She just comes, and we catch up a little bit, and then we have our study, and then pass our pleasantries, and then she heads home. She's got a lot going on with her. She's still got a young boy in 7th grade, something like that. And so she can't hang around quite as much. So we'll just have to figure out having something, like in the oven or something while we're having our study with her, and then we'll have our meal when my brother comes. We always have a meal with him. So that'll be a jam-packed day. That'll be fun. Here's the third roll in this second half, and there's another 2025. I'm getting a few of them. There's no way I'm going to get him a whole roll, but I guess he'll want what few I find. I'll have to ask him. He may say, I think I'll just find another source. I don't know, but we'll see. I'm going to put them aside for him anyway. You know, when I was a kid, this road that I'm on now used to be such a slow traffic road. I mean, when we were kids and out playing out in the street, we we'd mess around out there for a long time without having to be disturbed by a car. But anyway, when this young lady, 82, just dropped off my package, I had pulled up and just parked the car in the driveway right at the door so I could get my box of $half in real easy. And I just let it sit there. I didn't pull it into the carport. And she was trying to back out into the street. It's getting pretty busy out here. In my driveway, you can go out on the main street or go around to the side, to the little side street that don't have hardly any traffic whatsoever on it. Way easier to get out. And so I ran out there and got her attention and had her wait till I get the car put in the carport. She was quite appreciative. It's not fun backing out there, I tell you. All right, I'm in the sixth row in the second half. Here's another 2025. They have all been P. I think that's all I've been getting. No. I think no, that's not true. I was getting some D, just not as many. Because earlier this year, I was selling rolls of 2025s for a little bit. Yep. A roll of 2025P and a roll of D. And so I remember I had a whole bunch of P put aside, a whole bunch of 2025Ps put aside. And I'd have to wait till I found enough of the D to sell a roll. But they just kind of quit selling on me, so I quit trying. I wonder if I have those two rolls set aside somewhere. I'll have to look. Maybe I do. I'll have to go look in another spot. I hope I do. I'm pretty positive I did not sell that last two. And I just turned off there's a wheat penny. So I just canceled that eBay listing. 1950 Denver. That is wheat penny number 5. Cool. We're halfway to 10. Well, I'd like to get 8 would be good. 6 would be better than 5. That's what they tell me. That's what they say. I heard a Captain and Tennille song today. I was never a big fan. I don't know what year that is. I can't even tell what's up or down. There. Okay, I'll weigh it. I believe it said 2006. It's definitely zinc. I think I had known that they were married. I just asked AI if they were married, and they were. They were married for 30-something years, and then they got a divorce, like back in the 2000 teens. And then the captain passed away about 3 or 4 years after they divorced. You're like, I don't care. I wasn't a fan of Captain and Tennille. I didn't dislike them. I just wasn't a huge fan. 82. 12th row in the second half. And here's another 25 for my buddy. Yeah, we're in that time of year, where it starts getting dark a little bit after lunch. It seems like. Oh man, seems like just real recently, just a few days ago. It feels like it was pushing. It was after 9:30 p.m. and there's still a little bit of light in the sky. And now, oh my goodness, 5 p.m. and it's pitch dark. It's terrible. I don't like the way they changed the time. I wish they'd quit that. But we live with it. I looked around for those 2 rolls of 2025s. I could not find them. The only thing I can figure is I just got rid of them. It's a bummer. I'll probably glance around a little more, but I feel like I've checked everywhere. Oh, there's another one, though. 2025p. Yeah, I don't think I'll find them. I think they're gone. There's a Canadian 1977. That's a nice one. 1977. Cool. So my wife is pretty much in charge of seeing that lunches get prepared at my mom's every Sunday, and sometimes she bemoans it. It's like, why do I have to be the only one in charge? Even if we ain't going to make it. When I say we, I usually mean she. Um, she still has to contact somebody or ask me to contact somebody to say, we're busy. Can you all do something? Because there's not another person that feels like, well, I guess I'll be in charge. It's like, what if we said the first week it's us, the second week it's but it's not like that at all. Can you guys see the toning in this? Kind of purple or reddish? I don't know how well it's picking up, but it's kind of cool. I don't think it's anything special. Just kind of neat, I thought. Right at the end of the 15th row, I find this. Look at that. Isn't that cool? What a different color. That's pretty weird. Somebody's done something, but I like the coloring of it. Look at that. Don't that look disgusting? It looks like a flattened out dog dung or something. I don't know what that is. I was hoping it'd pop right off, so I'll wait till we get to it in a little bit. That's disgusting. Here's the 18th row. Sorry. I think my wife has 27 electronic devices. Good grief. I don't know what else going on in there. But this is the 18th row in wheat penny number 6 or 7. I guess it's the washing machine and the dryer and probably a blender and a hair dryer. And I don't know what. I don't know how much y'all can hear it, but it seems really loud to me. Another wheat penny, cool beans. Oh, I just brought in my bag of pennies. I guess I'll go through that thing and see if I've got any 2025. I doubt if this is even enough 2025s for my friend to be concerned with. He wanted 10 rolls, and I'll go, well, I got 10. It's not 10 rolls, it's 10 2025s. He might say, thanks, but no thanks. I'll do something else. But I'll ask him anyway. Oh, thank you. Oh, she shut the door. I guess it's mostly laundry going on. Sounded like about 15 different machines. 20th roll, and I found another 2009. This one's not bad. I'll keep this one. I've passed up a few. I don't know how many, but there's a few of them that wasn't very nice, and I didn't keep them. But this is the second one of the box that I will keep. You all have heard me say that when all the kids was growing up, my wife got nicknamed the grass Nazi. The day after the grass finally got cut, she'd start saying the grass needs cut. And it was just, she wants that grass cut, man. And so now that the grass season is over, now she's the leaf Nazi. Those leaves are, they're driving me crazy. That she didn't say that, but it feels like she's thinking that. And I said, they haven't even all fallen yet. So I said, listen, how about if I promise that we'll have them all up before 2026? And she, okay, okay. I got home today and she was out there blowing leaves with leaves falling all around her. Right at the end of the 24th row, one row to go in the box, we get wheat penny number 7. I've had several of them with this yuck on them today. 1944, I believe it's a filly. We just might wash our hands when we're done here. Well, is that a D? I don't want to scratch it up or nothing. Yeah, it's 44D. Alrighty. One row, guys, and we are done. Golly. After I go through the 573 1982s. I got a whole bunch of 82s to go through. Once we get them weighed and separated out, then I'll go, oh, great. Then I'll go and see how much copper we got today. I'm going to look at a lesson. Our preacher's been sick, and I may try to put some type of lesson together just in case he doesn't show up or can't make it, whatever the circumstance in the morning. I haven't preached in a long time, and I would do terrible, I'm sure, but I may see if I can throw something together and hope that somebody else already has it ready. But, you know, just in case, I try to be somewhat prepared. I don't know. I'll look at a couple of things and see if I can get something put together. Well, I've got a whole bunch of these to go through. I don't want to bore you with every one of these, guys. All right, let's get these finished and we'll weigh our copper. All right, here we go, folks. Let's weigh today's copper. Oh my goodness! I'd say it's 3 pounds, 2 ounces. A friend of mine gave me this cross a week or so ago. I stuck out on there, so it's probably right at 3 pounds. I never dreamed I'd get that much. It didn't start out. The box didn't start out like it was going to do that good. I guess the second half, the copper came on pretty good. 3 pounds of copper, 7 wheat pennies. That's pretty cool today. I'm going to get off here. I've only got a couple of 2025s for my friends, but I'll see what he says. Thanks for watching, guys. And I'll get to those half dollars. We'll do the $half video next.